The biggest troll. पागल हो गया, पागल हो गया. Wait, what does that even mean?
The biggest troll.
Are you saying you're troll face? Are you saying you're troll guy? Troll guy?
Yes.
Oh my god. Game started here, me, please, please, please.
Skin checker. Oh, is there a kickflip? Kickflip.
When did you buy this? When did you buy this?
I didn't buy it. I got it from a drop. Yeah, this is the $1 one.
How is this $1? It looks so good. The Archimedes.
Maz. Who else? Ronin.
Okay.
Hey Ronan. Hey Ronan. 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 Ronan.
Yes. He said yes.
Negative.
Oh, that's the other guy.
मेरा पूरा इग्नोर कर रहा है. Hey Ronan. Hey Ronan. What the fuck? Nigga fell down. Oh damn! Oh my bad, OG. My bad, OG.
Blow you. In the smoke. Planting in the smoke. Over there.
Diffusing.
गन नीचे की वजह फारूक गन ऊपर कर. ओह उठाई नहीं जा रही गन.
Roger that.
उठाई नहीं जा रही गन.
We do be 7.
That's a piece of cake, so it is. Roger.
Yes. तेगी मौत मरा है. तू कहाँ है? तिया की मौत मोतिया की. आ गया?
Affirmative.
Hello team.
Good one, lad. Roger. We're on.
No, Sunirina. Hey, Ronan.
That's a copy.
Run it.
Sunirina किया गया बच्चा.
Affirmative.
Hey, Ronan.
Oh, you sound like a kid. You sound like a little kid.
One HP, one guy.
जवाब दे दिया. Hello, how are you?
He muted you, by the way. He said he's 1 HP.
Oh wait, so he just ignored me.
No HP.
Mother chod, nigga was here. He's going stairs.
Ronan, can you hear me? Yellow.
He's going big.
Hey Ronan, how are you? Hey.
Yes.
सारे ने वॉइस में भी यस बोला और फिर लिख के भी यस बोला. The moment I said yellow, रिंडी को रन करना आता, नाम सुन भी नहीं आता. Hey bro, when I say yellow you listen, but when I call you by your name you don't listen. Why? You are
Bro, shut the fuck up. What the fuck?
Hey Bohasmaz.
Yeah.
Bohas, how are you?
Okay, mute.
Sorry.
I'm fine.
No, mute me. No, please.
You sound like you're on rage or something.
रंडी बच्चा मुंह पे नेट फेंका मेरी.
Grenade. Throwing fire. Flashbang. Smoke.
Outside.
Outside.
नेट पता कैसा बंदा. वो टांगे टूट गई भर गई. You got the air, bro. You got that air over there. The air was moving like freaky there. You got it, bro. Got there.
Wait.
Yeah. नीचे बच्चे
Oopsie daisy.
You know, I said Nietzsche without even knowing if he was there or not. I just randomly guessed. And he was actually there. Oh, Farooq, hello, look at me. Jaldi, please. वहाँ क्या कर रहा है? वहाँ क्या कर रहा है? वहाँ क्या कर रहा है?
Yeah, I was gonna say what you want.
Please.
Throwing a grenade. Incendiary.
Move. One went down vents.
बड़वा पागल हो गया.
बड़वा fanboy है.
Move. One beside.
Okay. They're planting the bed.
कुछ तो कर रहे हैं.
They're not planting by the way.
कूतिया दे बच्चे. They're 4v2 and they're AFK. They're AFK in anywhere but the sites. Anywhere but the sites. What am I listening to?
ऊपर है. Above him. अभी बहुत होता.
अबे रोने चला गया.
और उनकी लाइट चली गई.
Really?
Probably.
とこだ。無理やり練習に参加させられでもしたら嫌だからな。紹介するよ。あの二人が2年の。
मुझे भूख लग रही है bro.
会話いい。話が。どうしたの？怖い顔して。反強制的に連れてこられた。
Is it wrong if I ask my Bobby for cash?
体験してから判。
What did you say?
Is it bad if I ask my Bobby for cash?
Yes. No.
断してくれないかな。
Why you say yes?
部員が足りないなら他を当たればいいだろ。他ね。部員が足りないってのもあるけど、カバディー部は酔い腰が欲しいんだよ。不当の酔い腰。接触の多いサッカーで倒されたことがない。そんな走りのスペシャリストを探してたんだ。人に触られるのが嫌だっただけだ。何より俺は忙しくて部活なん
Game started.
かできん。
I don't know. I'm watching reels.
The one behind.
放送をしなければファンが離れるからな。生放送ってそんな忙しいんだ。ああ。こいつ知ってるのか。特に酔い後ナイトエンドの放送は録画するほど好きで、学校中のみんなに見てもらいたいくらいなんだよね。
Okay, शुरू हुई. आजा. जाना कसम.
What do you say? Kanta laka.
Alright, stay there. Yeah, you're back. There be.
Single door.
बचा लो मुझे पानी बचा लो रंडी आ दे वही चा लाने वाला
तो खेल ही नहीं आता किसी को रंडी के बच्चे बड़ा बहुत हो गया
Hey Ronan, hey Ronan, hey Ronan.
Can you guys play side? Stop going. I need to speak in mic.
Green, green. I rape you. I rape you, green.
okay मदर चोद रंडी बैंड किधर फेंक रहा है वो रोज
They flash me. What was that?
बी प्लांट किया हुआ है रोनी पागल हो रहा है
Everyone's here. How did the guy plant? Oh, he planted away. Oh, but how did he plant though? I need to know how he planted. I like this. Look at the profile picture. I'm rushing.
Listen, come. We'll play together, okay? We'll play together.
Okay.
I'm 1-6, okay?
You what?
Okay, go. Let's play together.
Yeah, मेरे साथ.
इधर push. आजा. जा. Oh, sorry.
मुझे मेरे अलावा किसी को भी मार दे.
Side.
Bomb here.
Bomb drops.
दोनों को मार दिया.
अबे, and we lost.
Near D-Ram.
Last guy 0 HP. Inside.
Was inside. He's probably behind you, stairs.
Inside here.
No, he's not outside. He's on the right.
I said inside.
अरे वाह, वो वेंट से जा सकता है, बॉम्ब ले सकता है, पीछे से आ सकता है. He's not here. He's on your right. I see. It's obvious. Zero fucking game sense.
No, but like, why can't he hear below him though? You know, नीचे सड़क है, उसके नीचे नजर आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रही?
पता नहीं. IDK. Why is Ronin top fragging?
Hey Ronan. फिर से फारूक फिर से. इस बार काम करेगा. पोस्ट.
Let's go.
जल्दी बता. नहीं जाना है.
Same. अब अगर हाथ कर रहा है what is flashing?
B plant.
Back आ जाओ.
Fuck.
वापिस आ जा. बी प्लांट है. बॉम्ब प्लांटेड है बड़े में.
जा तू जा. ये बच्चे ए प्लांट है यार.
प्लांट है रंडी के बच्चे.
Listen. ये फड़फड़ रोने ने पूरा राउंड बिगाड़ दिया. Listen, we have to do it again. Stay away from me. What the fuck? बड़वा कहता है मुझसे दूर रहा है. आ गया रोन. आगे फारूक फिर से. This time we'll surely win.
नहीं पता किधर से पुश करते हैं. इधर just me इधर love going B right. इधर बैठ जा. बस अपना हेड सर शो कर बस.
Incendiary out.
Amazing cause.
Going
I
towards
get it.
7.
Smoke.
बड़ा हेवन पहुंच गए कैसे?
आ रहा.
वाह रोने आ रहा है God.
भूतिया था बच्चा रोने से भूतिया था
इसकी है shoot him
already killed you. Wait, why they not be? They're falling. They're like Farooq or Sheikh Jain. None of them. You know?
अच्छा दोनों हमें चलते कॉम्स hello
Guys, where?
guys एक ही बंदा गांडू
बड़े 3 है. What the fuck are you talking about?
इधर
What are you talking about?
क्या तू मैं और रोने ने हो guys where are they guys और किसे बात कर रहे
आ जाना कोच हो रहे. Please Farooq please भाई नहीं है. Farooq भाई नहीं है.
sorry आ गया
भाई नहीं है. डर लग रहा है.
आजा
रोने से मार छोटी सी. रोने.
इधर गन्ने फ्री गन
बड़े पीछा जल्दी प्लीज. सबकी मार लग रहा है सबकी. I don't get it please.
इधर से तो बम सुपर आ जा वो प्लांट कर दिया बम
अरे तू कब से क्या कर रहा है?
डिफ्यूज करना रंडी के बच्चे बड़ा
वो एक कंजर है.
Nice team, nice.
Oh my god where are you
Someone is watching. What do I do? Listen, this time. Listen, you know what kind of game this is? You get one round, then we just win every round. You know? It's easy. Hey Ronan. Gift call. Bro, hey Ronan.
no rage bit blue now he's the one talking
You do it.
blue I was holding my mic. Brad, please बी चले जा सब बाहर रख बी चले जा चुपचाप बी चले जा इधर पहुंचा हुआ है हमारा we have a purple इधर पहुंचा हुआ है स्पॉन पहुंचा हुआ है इधर ही रहा
I'm gonna AFK for the entire minute here. I don't give a fuck. I'm not moving.
फिर मारना बड़े लोग किधर रहे I wish you would look किधर से मर रहे हैं लोग there's a guy in Eastford dying there's a guy in roof dying stay there
What do you mean he's hiding?
ओए बाहर फिर से I don't get it. 4 of them died outside their spawn.
How is that even possible?
Drop it.
How is that even possible?
Drop it.
Why? I'll use it. Okay.
Move it.
बाहर आते हैं इनको बाहर आने का बहुत शौक है
बढ़िया रहा
और मैं पहले बुला लेता हूँ
Throwing a grenade. Smoke.
I killed someone.
no you didn't
Someone.
hey.
Incendiary out. Throwing flashbang.
कोई भी नहीं है साइड कोई भी नहीं है
Throwing smoke.
One ramp.
I think they're still in T-spawn, by the way. I think Righteous is T-spawn.
कहीं तो है. Oh, they were all here.
India का बंदा है. Please kill him. Please. He's right here, Farooq. Please, I beg you. He didn't leave, he's in the smoke. He's in the smoke.
Planting.
Yeah, what the fuck are you saying? Fucking Ronin. Fanboy. कैसे बात कर रहा है? You hate this guy?
Hey, man. Hey, Ronan.
That made that noise. Then बाद में बोलते हैं Ronan.
Hey, Mohammed. Hey, Mohammed. Hey, Mohammed.
ये वाला. तू कैसे मारा?
MP नहीं. यहाँ नहीं है, वही साइड में ही है. बुरा. हिंदी के बच्चे गंद निकाल. Purple has 11 kills. Why is he below me? Purple has 11 kills. Oh my. Hey, Purple. Hey, Purple. Why are you below me, Purple? I think they all be rich.
Yeah.
I think everyone of them.
Who? Oh.
Oh, I understand it now. Spin difference. Look at everyone in the team spin. Look at their ping.
Watch this. Keep going. Press the beat. Okay, never mind. वहाँ पर आती है. जा प्लान कर. Fuck everything. प्लान कर दे.
No one is coming. Literally no one is coming.
प्लान कर दे. Plan. Vents. हाँ, इधर से दो हैं. इधर से दो आ रहे हैं. एक vents है. Don't pick. मर गया तू. बहुत हो गया.
You're dead. Why are you dead? Oh, बाप रे. दादा मत कर. अम्मी. नाइफ निकाल के भाग रहा है.
उधर जाके शक्ल दिखा दिया. उधर जाके बस शक्ल दिखा दी. मैं तो
I can't. बड़ा के घूरने लग गया.
Sell your AK. P90 ले. Full armor. P90 full armor. Go press W, run them down. Okay, go everywhere. साथ kill. हर जगह जाए.
Okay.
Get bomb. आजा.
किधर
Gun out. Just gun out. इधर left. Gun out. Always out. Okay, ready.
Side कुछ
Block. बड़वा ने भाई किया है. हेलो. एक मिनट. You know how I can annoy them?
Bro, he's cheating.
near bomb, lobby.
Mayush, कान पट रहे मेरे. I didn't mean it all of us. I didn't mean it both of us. My team has a long back mob. Hey, boss bus. Hey, boss bus.
पागल हो गया. That's a copy paste. That's a new code.
नीचे खड़े हुए हैं, नीचे. अरे नीचे खड़े हुए हैं, नीचे खड़े हुए हैं, नीचे.
One behind you, Silo.
और ऊपर चला गया.
Both were this side.
Outside. Help him. He has bomb. Help him.
Come on.
Ura. Kan nikal. Listen, you're gonna get done. Oh my god, you're gonna get done. You attacked me and Yellow so many times. You're gonna get done.
I've killed 2 people.
Stop. Look at the bottom. We poor fucking animals. Oh my god.
Wait. SMG, AK sell कर. जल्दी. Yes. आजा. Trust me. इधर. Okay, don't get. एक सामने नहीं आना मेरे. Okay, मैं तेरे सामने आऊँगा. I'm gonna kill you again.
How do I do that?
Go.
Why is he on the right? Why is he on the right?
Come be.
You're worrying when you're dying. Guys, why is bomb always the animal? Hey animal, roll in animal.
The ideas thing.
Oh my god.
Roll.
पहले तस्वीर ली सही है, पूरी तस्वीर बनाई फिर मारा.
Blue को देख. कुछ तो बोली कि.
Yummy.
We will stop your little scout.
Hey Mahazmas. Hey.
Да, конечно.
जी. अभी तो इधर लगाया.
We must move.
याद.
पढ़ो. भाई. क्या कर रहे हैं? The fuck are you doing?
I'm throwing a grenade.
फारूक कहाँ जाऊँ? फारूक डर लग रहा है मुझे, हर जगह से डर लग रहा है.
इधर मेरे पास.
आजा. मैं आ गया.
Throwing a flashbang.
Go plant. इधर कर.
Yes.
करते.
I planted the bomb.
खुला प्लांट खुला है शायद.
Behind them. Down. Side.
He's watching it the whole time.
He's watching above. He's watching above. पागल हो गया तू फारूक, तो सारे किल उठा लिए तूने। ओए
Yes. I throw in the flashbang. Throw in the flashbang.
नेट फेंक रहा है।
Where to miss करती मैंने?
I missed it as well. I missed it as well. I missed it as well. I missed it. Oh, no, I missed it as well. रंडी का बच्चा वही क्यों खड़ा था वो? That's what I need to know. The last guy, why is he there? कोई काम धंधा नहीं है कुत्ते के पास, वही खड़ा हुआ है मुंह पे।
Wow, Mohammed. Wow, Mohammed. Wow.
You're still right. I fucking missed him. Fucking net. I look behind you. You're just standing there.
Move it.
Oh, you know, I can see myself getting burned, by the way. Machu.
You're bad already, I think.
मैं नहीं मारा।
I'm throwing fire. Throwing fire.
Bomb. Hello?
फारूक किधर है तू? किधर है तू? तू रैंप पे है?
मैं कहीं हूँ बस। मैं इनकी सीट में किस spawn हूँ। I'm literally in their spawn, by the way. पूरा हुआ पूरा। पर मैं बैन हो जाऊंगा इंसान बन जाऊंगा।
I get it. अरे मुझे भी साले कहता बचा ले मुझे प्लीज फारूक, भाई नहीं है। I thought you मेरा भाई है यार। ठीक है फारूक।
I thought तू मेरा भाई है यार।
चकमा करा तूने फारूक, ठीक है वो।
Oh, I'm gonna kill purple. Can you kill purple? Don't kill him right now. Oh, I almost got banned there, by the way. I almost did it as well. I was gonna throw it.
Oh my god. I almost did it, holy fuck. Hey Mohammed. Hey Mohammed. Hey Mohammed.
Let's go.
Farooq.
Yes.
Farooq.
आजा मेरे पास क्या कर रही?
Vents. And down vents.
You're gonna get banned so badly right now, like right now. You're gonna flash mara Farooq. Don't walk into a molly. You're gonna walk into a molly. I don't throw it.
Oh Allah, yo.
I was gonna shoot.
Interesting. कुछ तो हो रहा है। आप लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? Are we city? Why are we here?
I don't know.
Let's go ramp.
Go ramp.
Let's go.
Listen, this is so risky. Can you get out of my way?
Yeah, I don't get it. Don't do this.
Are you gonna get banned or am I gonna get banned?
Ramp.
किसी को तो बात का बच्चा मर ही नहीं रहा. Did we all died? Wait, what is purple doing?
Go ramp.
Wait, how did purple get up there? Farooq,
I don't know.
wait, how can he get up there? Let me see this guy. I wanna get up there. How?
Ready.
Please, Farooq, please. Please, bata.
Let's go. I'm throwing the flashbang. Throwing the flashbang.
Brad, hello. I'm playing like a retard.
I'm throwing fire.
I'm doing good.
Grenade out.
मैं beam by the way plant कर रहा हूँ.
Do smoke ramp. Gonna.
Hello, hello.
Bima, خبيها.
मर गया लानत तेरे पे फारूक.
मैंने plant कर दिया.
मिस कर रहा हूँ.
मैंने plant कर दिया. मैंने plant कर दिया. Piao, piao. Oh, I defuse कर दिया. उसे defuse कर दिया. We lost. What you guys? Hello.
Go to the bomb.
Oh, what the fuck?
Which music is it using now?
Oh.
He keeps cancelling, No, please go B, please. He's defusing. Defusing.
He's defusing.
Left
Left
side.
side. सबका blood pressure high कर दिया मैंने.
This is retarded. I've never seen.
Give me one.
Fuck, dude. I was streaming,
Sub
but I
ditch.
wasn't. No, I clicked the wrong screen. Fuck, no. कुछ भी रिकॉर्ड नहीं हुआ, कुछ भी रिकॉर्ड नहीं.
It's okay. पूरी सबको टेंशन दे दिया मैंने सबको.
How do I fix this?
Yes, right.
Throwing fire.
Put him off.
Flashbang.
Still this side.
I'm throwing the flashbang. Smoke.
Come forward, dude. Come forward. Oh, I actually. What? Oh, I'm gonna heart attack.
What?
Smoke.
On your left. Green on your left. Above you. On the crane. Yellow thing. Yeah, there. You saw him?
What the fuck?
Activating the bomb.
Stop. Please stop. Please stop. डर लग रहा है मुझे. Please. यार रन कर रहा है.
Purple किधर था डोल्ट? Purple किधर था?
I have no idea.
Oh my god! What a fucking game!
Oh my god. Plus 17 points. What is the game? Country game.
Oh Allah! कितना चाहिए मुझे अब? I need to win one more match to get my rank.
Oh, I can get the service medal. 125 service medal.
क्या बोल रहा है?
2025 service medal. ले लिया मैंने. Let's play this item. Die out.
Oh my god, मुझे पैसे मिल गए. Yes, yippee.
Yippee, yippee.
Free internet games.
एक ब्रेड बैग हो गया, कुछ लेके आया खाने के लिए. Oh my god. Oh my god. 83 आ जाएगा क्या? 83 आ.
कौन कौन आ रहा है?
ये मुगल. I think ईबी पे आएगा और बग में आने लगा. आजा आजा आजा. हेलो.
हाँ हाँ सही है, जा ना.
जल्दी आना.
और
मुझे शर्म आ रही है. तो तू नहीं आएगा, मुझे शर्म आ रही है. Grab it.
Okay, good morning. So, this is gonna be a very long class today, and I'm going to throw a lot of information at you, okay? And the reason why is I want to summarize and review what we've learned about Rome so far, compare and contrast it to the Greeks, and then look forward on how the Romans and the Greeks will influence the development of Western civilization, including Christianity. Okay, so I'll be throwing a lot at you today. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, if I'm being unclear, please let me know. All right, just raise your hand. Okay, all right. So let's review what we know so far. So the Romans and the Greeks are very different civilizations. If you remember the Greeks are scattered across the Aegean and across the Mediterranean. Okay, they have colonies all over the place. So the Greeks are primarily focused on trade, especially with the great empires of the Near East. Okay, primarily Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Persia. Okay, the three great civilizations that we will discuss starting next week. And so the Greeks have colonies all over these three civilizations, and as such, the Greeks are able to absorb new ideas pretty easily. And because the Greeks are focused on trade, maritime trade, they're a very open-minded people. Okay? So that's Greek civilization. The Romans are completely different because they are across the Adriatic in Italy, and they're inland. So they're a much more insular and conservative people than the Greeks. Also, the Romans have historically been surrounded by very aggressive people, including the Latins, the Sabines, the Etruscans. And so Rome has always had to struggle to survive in this very hostile environment. And in order to survive, they developed a cultural system that made them the world's greatest military machine, okay? And the three pillars of this culture are piety, right? Piety. Obedience and loyalty to the gods, to Rome, and to your fathers. Second principle is the idea of liberty, which puts the nobility at the very heart and center of Roman society. Liberty means no kings, okay? No dictators, no tyrants. And the third and most important pillar is the idea of re publica, right? The public good. And the idea here is everyone must sacrifice himself for the honor and glory of Rome. In fact, there's a competition. You want prestige by winning new territory for Rome. Okay? And this is a great system if you are a poor, small nation always at war and under threat from larger nations. So remember in 216 BCE, Hannibal destroyed every Roman army, but at the same time, the Romans were able to rally themselves and ultimately defeat Carthage in the Second Punic War. Okay? So it's a great system if you're a small and poor nation always at war with larger nations. But this system breaks down when you become rich, big empire, and you're the major hegemon in the area. And this system will lead to three major problems in the Roman Republic: corruption, division, right? Civil wars. The first one between Marius and Sulla, and then between Julius Caesar and Pompey, and then finally between Octavian and Mark Antony. Okay? And also inequality. So now Rome is in crisis. And the ultimate resolution to all these problems was the beginning of the empire, okay, the emperor. So Octavian became the emperor. He is now known as Augustus Caesar. And again, what he does is he centralizes all military authority in his hands. Egypt is now his private estate, and he uses it to bankroll the army, which is now composed of professional soldiers. Before they were citizen soldiers, so they only volunteered when Rome was at war. But now in the empire, there's a professional standing army, and they serve for like 20 years or 30 years. And they're someone who's superior to God, who is Satan, okay? Okay, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna invert this, okay? By celebrating Satan, they can now justify all their transgressions, right? As a way to empower Satan. Also, there's a fundamental weakness in the system, okay? So let's go over the three main characteristics of the system. The first is unity. Okay? So this entire system is complete and unified. Second is symmetry. Symmetry or polarity. And what this means is that if there's good, there must be evil. If there's ugliness, there must be beauty. Why? Because you cannot have one without the other, okay? One thing is meaningless without the other. That's why if you have God, you must have Satan, okay? And the third principle is as above, so below. And what this means is that everything is a reflection of each other. So you can never defeat God, but what you can do is corrupt human beings to worship Satan so that Satan becomes everything. Okay? All right. Are you guys following along? Okay? So what you're trying to do is you're trying to invert this world. And how do you invert this world? What you do is, you know that hell is material. And you know that heaven is spiritual, right? What you do is you brainwash people to worship the material world and abandon the spiritual world. You make money, power, technology, science, the greatest things in the world. Okay? You get rid of God, you get rid of religion, you get rid of compassion, you get rid of love. And that's how you control the world. So in other words, what is happening today is a war between heaven and hell. The people in charge, the secret societies, they are interested. They must make heaven make hell into heaven and heaven into hell. They must invert the world in order to maintain their power. Okay? And that's what we'll be focusing on for the rest of the semester. This war between heaven and hell. How it came about, who are the major players, and what will happen. Yeah?
So I'm a bit confused about the part where, so the secret society are manipulating their power beyond the rest of the people, and so they are devoting themselves into the power of Satan, right? But my question is, so this God and Satan, they don't interfere to our world, and so these are all just decisions made by the secret society itself.
Yep.
Okay, so in that case, if Satan now goes beyond or has the power that goes beyond God, then God wouldn't do anything to like rebuke or something?
Yeah, okay, great, okay. So, first thing to remember is that because of the principle of free will, God and Satan cannot interfere in this world. Okay? Second is we have to remember that there are different secret societies. There are thousands of different secret societies, okay? But the secret societies that are able to use all three principles to accumulate power are the most successful. Okay? So that's why they're promoting Satan. Then the third question then is, wasn't God doing anything about this? Okay? And the answer is because if you think about it, only in time of complete darkness, only when Satan rules can humans fully shine. Right? Does that make sense? So God has trust in us. God has faith in us. God loves us completely. God believes that someone will stand up and do the right thing. And when that person does the right thing, the universe will shine. Okay? Does that make sense? All right? So only in a time of darkness can the light truly shine. And remember, when someone shines that light is reflected in everyone else. So everyone's light shines as well. Okay? So that's the idea here. You can choose to shine if you want, but only if the world becomes really evil and dark and sinful can you have this option. Okay? Yeah, back there?
Like, is there really a God or a Satan, but there's a God for all of them and a God for all of the bad things, or it's just two worlds, which is one positive, one negative? Okay, that's a really good question, okay? So what all this is saying is this, okay? In reality, literally everything is just vibrations, all right? How these vibrations work, right? No one knows, but it's all just vibrational. But what we know is we are participants in the universe. So if we all believe God exists, guess what? God exists. We all believe sin exists, sin exists. Okay? That's why this war, it's not over resources. It's over perception. You understand? This is a war of perception. If I can get everyone in the world to believe that God is dead and Satan is a true God, I win. Okay? And how do I do that? Well, I can do that by shooting rockets up into space, by putting man on the moon and on Mars. Okay? Why? Because now I've destroyed the concept of heaven. Before, we've understood that the moon, the Mars were beyond us because they are heavenly, they're spiritual. But once I put man on the moon and on Mars and go beyond, I've proven heaven doesn't exist. I've destroyed God. I can also fake an alien invasion and pretend these aliens are Satan, okay? Okay? All of science, you don't know this, but all of science, it's not about discovering reality, it's about reinventing reality in a way that serves power. That's what science really is. Yeah? So is is there people who like they don't believe in Satan or God? They choose to let others believe in them, like they're making themselves into a god. Does it work? Like, because if you believe God, then God exists. Like if everyone believes in it. So if everyone believes in him or her, does it work to make him into a god or Satan some kind of?
Okay, that's a good question, and the answer is no. Historically, what's happened is that a charismatic leader has emerged to say that I am God's representative. Okay, why? Because we believe we're all equal, right? You're no different than I. What makes you God? Well, the answer is because I'm channeling God. Okay, and historically, so look at the early empires, the early kingdoms. What the kings say is that I'm descended from God. God came down, had sex with my mother, and now I'm born. Okay, but that person is not saying, I am God itself, but I am born of God. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, all right. So this is the basic framework for what we'll be working with the rest of the semester. Okay? But understand that what's happening today is a war between heaven and hell. If I can convince you that God is dead and Satan is the true God, if I can convince you that the material world is real, the spiritual world is a lie, if I can convince you that death is the worst thing to happen to you and you should do all you can to live, then hell has won, okay? But what's important to understand is this system is set up so that hell can never win out. And the reason why is the entire cosmos is interconnected. So if we do evil, if we feel pain, if there's too much suffering in the world, the earth itself rebels, right? Because of vibrational energy. And this leads to things like the Great Flood, which resets the world and lets humanity renew itself, okay? So there are all these different fail-safe systems in here to make sure that hell can never triumph. And that's why Elon Musk wants us to go to Mars, okay? All right, but understand, if you just use this concept of heaven and hell, even though it's metaphorical, even though God and Satan are just projections of our imagination, they do help us understand the world better. Okay? Okay. So any questions? Any more questions before we conclude for today? Great. Okay. So we'll continue this tomorrow, Friday. Yep. Okay. So in this class, this semester, I'm making 3 big predictions, right? First is that Trump will win in November. Second is that the United States will go to war against Iran. And the third big prediction is that the United States will lose this war, which will forever change the global order. These past So last class, we looked at one reason why the United States would invade Iran, which is the Israel lobby. And in today's class, we'll look at another reason, which is the defense of empire. America is an empire, and it must defend its imperial status. So let's examine what an empire means for America. So from 1950 to 1980, America's economy was mainly focused on manufacturing, factories. Okay? So manufacturing as a share of GDP was 40%. It made 40% of profits, okay? And it employed 30% of the workforce. So during World War II, America had a lot of factories to produce weapons. And after World War II, these factories produced consumer goods, cars, electronics, to sell to the world. And this made the American workers the wealthiest and most well-educated middle class ever in human history. If you were a factory worker from 1950 to 1980, you had a really good life. You worked 40 hours a week, you had health insurance, you could buy your own house, your wife didn't have to work, you could have 3 to 4 kids, you could have 2 cars. Every year, you could go on vacation to some place nice. You could eat out once a week. And then you retired and had a very good pension. So it was really the best life. And so workers from 1950 to 1980 in America were really the luckiest people on the planet. You were better off actually being born into the middle class in America than you were being born rich in Africa or Asia or South America, okay? But then after 1980, was something called the Reagan Revolution and the introduction of what we call neoliberalism. And remember that we studied neoliberalism before. Neoliberalism is an economic philosophy that believes in the primacy of free markets and deregulation. So after that, we now live in today what we call a financial economy. Okay? The economy has been financialized. And so what does that mean? It means that right now, financial services okay, account for 22% of all GDP in America. Manufacturing has gone down to 10%. So it went down from a high of 40% to now a low of 10%. Financial services is now twice as much as manufacturing. Financial services bring in 40% of all profits. And financial services employs 5% of the total American workforce. Okay? Now, let me explain what these numbers mean. What you're seeing behind these numbers is a radical shift, overhaul, transition in American society. Okay, let's just look at politics, governance. From this period, 1950, 1980, American workers had a lot of political power, right? Because they were middle class, they were confident, they participated in politics, they were unions, okay? Today, most of this power has shifted to the financial services, which basically means Wall Street. And working for Wall Street are what we call the professional managerial elite. Okay, so these are people who live on the coast, San Francisco, New York, Washington, D.C., Boston. They went to elite schools, okay, the Ivy League, and they're multicultural. And right now, they're the most powerful political group in America. And this has led to massive political divisions within the country, okay? So it's the first major consequence. Before, it was workers who had a large say over American politics. And now it is Wall Street, the financial sector, and the coastal professional management elite. And so government shapes policies that favors this multicultural elite, financial elite, over at the expense of workers, okay? So that's the first major shift. But then you look at education. And so what I mean by that is that, you know, if you went to a good school, a good university in 1950s and 1960s, your ambition was to become a professor, right? Or maybe a scientist, or maybe an entrepreneur, or a corporate executive, okay? Nowadays, most people who graduate from these top schools all want to go where? Wall Street, and that's it, okay? Why? Because you make more money on Wall Street than anywhere else. Okay? So you're talking about these PhDs in statistics and artificial intelligence who should be working for IBM, developing the latest technology, right? Instead, they're on Wall Street working for a hedge fund, gambling with other people's money. Okay, so basically the economy has gone from one that is productive or creative to one that is entirely speculative. Okay? So remember that the financial services, all it does is take people's money and gamble with it or invest in it to make more money. Okay? It's not actually productive. It's all it is speculative. Okay? And the smartest people in America, the most well-educated, are all focused on this sector. Okay? And then you look at the economy. And what has clearly changed is that the economy in America has become much more unstable. So in 2001, there was the internet crash, right? The dot-com crash. In 2008, there was the financial crisis, right? The subprime crash. And then after that, you have all the you have these banks going bankrupt. Okay, I think like this past week, 3 banks went bankrupt in America. This should not be happening. And the reason why this is happening are all these bubbles. Okay. So in other words, all assets right now in America are overpriced. Okay, housing, stock market, and people are gambling that these asset prices will only go higher, which creates bubbles. And when these bubbles burst, you have volatility and instability and uncertainty. Okay, so this is bad for the economy. And then you have things like inequality, right? So if you look at profits, if you look at wealth generation, the top 1% make much more money than everyone else. And this inequality is only increasing. Okay? So in other words, the financialization of the American economy has been really bad for America. And you can make the argument that it's actually destroying the fabric of American society. Okay? It's making politics much more divisive. It's making the economy much more volatile. The smartest people are engaged in speculative activities. Young people don't want to work, they just want to buy Bitcoin. And you can also make the argument that you're creating a rentier economy. Okay? And the rentier economy just means that if you are young, you can never afford to buy a house. You can only rent, which means that you yourself can never go from, you have no more social mobility. Okay? So this overall is really bad for America. Another question then is, how did America get to this point? How did it transition from a manufacturing economy to a financial economy? And there are different theories out there, okay? There are some economists who say that this is just late-stage capitalism, okay? This is the natural evolution of capitalism. There are some who argue that it is the neoliberalism or the Reagan Revolution that caused this. Okay, when you cut back the role of government, when you emphasize free markets, then you have this situation, the over-financialization of the economy, okay? What I want to show you today is that the real reason is the transition to empire. Okay? There's a really simple explanation for why this is happening. And the reason is that after the end of the Cold War, 1991, America became a global empire. It could now set the rules of the game, and it set the rules of the game so that it would always win. And then all money flowed to America, which created all these asset bubbles. Okay? So that's the argument I'm making to you today, okay? So, are we clear about what's happening? Any questions so far? Okay, now I want to explain to you how America became an empire. In fact, the most powerful empire in human history, because even though Rome was powerful, it didn't really control the world. Whereas America, the American empire today, controls the entire world, okay? And so, to understand how America became an empire, you have to go back to the founding of America. Okay? So in 1776, America declared independence from Britain. And at that time, they had something called the Declaration of Independence. And the Declaration of Independence, if you read the document, it's very clear. It's what the founding fathers of America said is that we are founding a new society in America based on God. Okay? Now, the founding fathers were Christians, but they were a special type of Christians who believed in the idea of deism. And deism is the idea that, yes, there is a God, and God did create everything, but God is not interested in managing human affairs. God leaves us alone, which means that we as humans are empowered to create the world we want to create. Okay? And the founding fathers wanted to create a new society based on the idea of God. Okay? And what they believe is that God gave human beings 3 fundamental rights that all governments must respect. Okay? And so the famous phrase is, do you guys know the famous phrase? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay? That is the mission, the purpose of America, to ensure that every American would have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's really the goal, the role of government. Life, to make you safe, okay? To provide security against enemies. Liberty, the right to say whatever you believe, the right to believe whatever you believe, okay? So the tolerance of all creeds, religions. And the last is the pursuit of happiness. What does pursuit of happiness mean? You guys know? So Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, and when he wrote the pursuit of happiness, he had a very specific idea in mind. What does the pursuit of happiness mean? Which is what? Okay, so wealth, okay? So in America, your fundamental right, the fundamental purpose of your life is to make as much money as you can, to amass as much wealth as you can, okay? And the idea here is that in this society, in this new society, this new experiment called America, if we allow everyone to pursue the creation of wealth, then America will become powerful. Okay? That's the idea. And it turned out that this idea was absolutely correct. Okay? In a very short amount of time, America industrialized very rapidly. And at the end of World War II, America became the most powerful country in the world. Okay? After World War II, it decided that it can now export its philosophy to the rest of the world. So in 1944, there's something called the Bretton Woods Conference. Okay? And so in 1944, everyone knew that Nazi Germany would be defeated, okay, and Japan would be defeated, which would make America the most powerful, the richest nation on the planet, okay? Now, the Soviet Union was a competitor, but they didn't really matter, okay? They had their own sphere of influence. So America got together with its allies in Europe, and they decided what the new global financial system would look like. And the idea was that with Bretton Woods, they decided that the US dollar would become the global reserve currency, which basically meant that you could buy anything with the US dollar. Now, there are some people at Bretton Woods, some economists, who were afraid that this would cause problems, right? If you have a government which was in control of the global reserve currency, that would basically make the government God, right? If they could just print as much money as they wanted, they could become like Midas. If they touch something, it would become gold, okay? So some people thought it was dangerous. And so the compromise is that the US dollar had to be backed by gold, okay, the gold standard. In other words, the US dollar was basically like a receipt for gold. If you had $1 million, okay, you could go to any American bank and get $1 million worth of gold for it. Okay, does that make sense? So that's what we call the gold standard. And for the longest, and so that led, this Bretton Woods system led to tremendous prosperity in America and in Europe and in Japan, okay? Then, in 1971, Richard Nixon did something really radical. He basically said, we America, we're gonna go off the gold standard, okay? Remember that America had spent too much money on the space race, on Vietnam, on domestic expenses, okay? So they needed to transition out of the gold standard. But if you transition out of the gold standard, then how do you ensure the US dollar is worth something? How do you ensure the intricate worth of the US dollar? So they transition from the gold standard to what? Do you guys know? Oil, okay, do you understand? And that's what we call the petrodollar. And the idea here is that, look, every economy needs oil to run, right? You need oil as the basis of your economy. And so after America went off the gold standard, these countries in the Middle East, mainly Saudi Arabia, but other countries as well, agreed that you could buy oil using US dollars. So the idea is, okay, before, if you had $1 million US dollars, you could convert that to gold, okay? And now you can convert it to oil. And this is what we call the petrodollar. And this is really the basis for the value of the US dollar today, okay?
Hello.
So then what happened is that in 1991,
Hello.
the Soviet Union fell, and now America was in charge of the entire
You're muted.
global economy, basically, okay? And so America at that time said to everyone, listen, let's focus on trade, because trade will make everyone rich. Okay, so let me explain the theory of this. So America really wanted everyone to trade.
Hello.
And the idea of trade, okay,
Hello.
this is like Russia, China,
Dog.
okay, South America.
Shut up, dog.
The idea of trade is that each country would focus on its competitive advantage. What are you good at? And then you would sell this competitive advantage to other countries for what they're good at, okay? And the theory here is that if you do it this way, then all countries will become rich. Okay? So let me explain why. All right, so let's look at US and China, okay? So what China's really good at is cheap labor. The United States, what the United States is really good at is technology, right? Okay, so the idea is that the United States is trying to trade, right?
What are you doing?
So China makes all these cheap goods for American consumers. But unfortunately, Chinese consumers don't have enough purchasing power to buy American technology, right? Okay? So what happens is that America gives China US dollars instead, okay? Trillions and trillions of US dollars. Now, in theory, what's supposed to happen is this money trickles down to the average Chinese so that the average Chinese worker, his wages go up, right? And when his wages go up, what he can do now is